My Friend Pedro is an incredibly fun yet rewarding shoot 'em up that has tons of value throughout its short but sweet levels. The game's core has a solid foundation that only gets better the more you play, as stringing crazy split aim air dodge combos are so satisfying even after they finally become second nature to you. What annoyed me the most with this game didn't so much come from hating the game's design flaws, but rather thinking about how much potential was here that didn't get fully realised. And while it's nice to dream about what could be, what's on offer here won't leave you disappointed when you put it down. One of the first things I noticed with this game is how fluid the gameplay is both in the quiet and more chaotic sections of the game. You are in this constant juggling of careful movement and chaotic shootouts that test the inner action hero within you to clear rooms of every single bad guy who gets in your way, all without so much as slipping up for a single second. This constant push and pull is rewarding enough so you keep coming back to get better, despite how simple the game is in its design. The micro decisions made in each run can make the difference between clearing a room without a hitch or forcing you to scramble around so that the stragglers are filled with enough lead after a messy run. Decisive plays are key if you want to continue your multiplayer into the next encounter that feel fresh almost every time, considering how much variety is on offer at every stage of the game. This race against the clock is so compelling that I replayed a few levels over and over again to try and perfect them, which in turn brought out some incredible stunts that would fit right into the Matrix. Couple this with the amazing soundtrack egging you on to keep moving forward, I went into this sort of zen where all my shots were landing and I was moving like an actual action hero. Moments like this are a real testament to the game's strengths, as the simple joy of clearing out entire rooms like a badass has so much replayability as you try and do it better every single time you come back to it. But these moments are more in tune earlier in the game, as the major issues I have with this game tended to show themselves nearer to the end. It mostly stems from design that goes against the action hero philosophy and becomes more of a stop and start puzzle game. They are such a contrast to the early game that I feel like there are just two games here on offer for how widely different the later stages break out. There are so many more puzzle elements that end up killing the game's fluidity, as your momentum breaks every single time, every few encounters. I'm talking about putting crates in the way that are just a pain in the ass to get rid of, enemies that are ridiculously bullet spongy, or level design that constantly breaks your flow by forcing you to wait for platforms or tripwires. The game's high intensity is sapped away, as these elements prolong the game rather than providing an actual challenge. Considering this game only took me 3 hours to finish on my first run through, it's a bit of a disappointment considering people have already got speed runs up at around an hour and a half. Which leads me to my biggest frustration with the game, with what this game could have been if the action hero philosophy had been taken to that next level. So many ideas in this game are relegated to be one-dimensional, which is a shame considering that the game could have benefited so much more from having less mechanics but having them fleshed out. Take the frying pan for example. It's a pretty flashy way to clear a room and doesn't really get used any other way. While it's fun as it is now, there's room to improve. Why not be able to carry the frying pan to throw it around whenever you need? It allows you to bring it to other parts of the level as it is now, but now you have the opportunity to use it on your terms. Maybe allow it to reflect enemy bullets, where you could use it as a shield for yourself or even to use their own bullets against each other. Then put some enemies in these levels that require you to use these functions on top of everything else so that the encounter has more variety. The possibilities are endless, and the trick is to work around the already amazing gameplay to start with. I feel it could have opened up so many more opportunities, or at the very least, kept the game's philosophy consistent throughout the entire game. For what it is, My Friend Pedro is a pretty damn good game, and most of my problems with it is the classic what could have been. While it's a pretty short game, the value from this will come from how much you enjoy perfecting each level after playing them over and over again, which is fortunately one of the game's strengths despite the philosophy shift in the game's final third. If you're looking for something fun to come back to in between games, it's a good choice considering the amount of replayability it has, so check it out. Thank you everyone for watching. Give us a like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff if you like the video, and follow me on Twitter at RealPlatonic. Till next time.